Once upon a time, they were a radio show. A damn good one. The kind that set shit on fire. Metaphorically. Mostly. They were number one. They were chaos. And then poof, they were gone. But you never shut up about them. So guess what? They are back. This isn't that damn show, but it's damn close. Welcome to Not That Damn Show podcast.
Oh my God!
I love that song.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Not That Damn Show podcast. Welcome everybody. How you doing, Ian? What did you say? You love that song?
Yeah, it just gets me in the zone. You know, I'm sitting here dancing. Bam, 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 bam.
If people could see us behind the scenes, we're all four of us were shrugging our shoulders and
yeah. When the video plays, I can't see it, so I just like to assume that we're all over here dancing.
I didn't realize that we were all on mute because I played this during it.
Shit, I didn't know you could see me.
What are you doing?
I did.
I was jerking off.
Oh God! And it starts.
So Lara and I could see, like when we do stuff like that, we could see everything that's going on in the studio. You guys can't, I guess, because I guess you're just guests or something. I have to figure that out and get.
Yeah, we're just peas to your VIP.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it is. I'm excited for today's show, guys. This is going to be a good one. We got a lot happening. We're going to try to do who had the worst week, and I'm just going to tell you right now, it was probably me. But we'll get to that. We'll let the Dammits. Are we calling them Dammits? By the way, they're going to call them. We're just going to stick with Dammits, right?
Not Dammits.
We'll let the not Dammits vote on this on Spotify and YouTube. We got WTF News, Am I the Asshole, voicemails, and if maybe some comments that people are leaving. We're going to do Metal Monday and some damn problems. And just, we're just going to have a good time. Should be a fun show.
Metal Monday on a Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true. Although, and even weirder because we're recording it
Sunday
on a Sunday. So it's very confusing.
That's okay.
Do you still have the Metal Monday song? Should we change it or should I play it?
Just another Monday.
Just another Metal Wednesday. When you say Metal Wednesday.
That works.
But it's Sunday. So
it's confusing.
Yeah.
Anybody drinking today?
Not yet. I got a date later with the girl, so I'm just drinking tea.
I have CBD infused water from Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
CBD infused water? What the hell is that?
It's supposed to calm you down. It doesn't work very well because I'm hype, but whatever.
Why don't you smoke a little weed?
Nah, I'm good.
What about you, Unabomber?
Oh, I don't really drink, so I'm good. I it's been like a year and a half for me, so I'm just crazy.
I don't know why or what the deal is with the whole Unabomber thing, but I guess it's gonna happen every week now because he did it last week.
Well, it was cold as shit when I was doing some videos on my Instagram, and people kept calling me Unabomber, so I just said I'm just gonna embrace it for a while. Fuck it.
I like it. I think
we've been dropping a lot of bombs lately in the last couple episodes. So fuck it, bam.
There's going to be. Oh, speaking of bombs, I'm kind of glad you said that. When we get to voicemails, you guys, there's a really, really good one. A really good one. Something that's sort of, kind of, I don't want to say too much, but it's really good, and I think people are. It's kind of, to me, it brought in a little bit of closure, but it's going to make you feel good. I think you're going to be like, I knew it. I was right. We were right. We said it. But anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with things we may have suggested that we've heard before?
It does. It has to do with some rumors that we sort of addressed in last week's episode. We talked a little bit about this, but we didn't say too much. But this person came and kind of confirmed some of the stuff that we speculated about.
Oh,
okay.
Some allegeds have been alleged lease.
Exactly.
Alleged.
So how was everybody's week? Do you want me to just go on and tell you how terrible my week was, or do you guys want to go first and then leave the worst week possible for the
You
end?
go first because you're the one that keeps complaining about how bad his week was.
Well, Mikey set up a poll where he could win. Because did you hear him at the very beginning? He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna win this one," basically, because mine was so shitty.
I just don't think you guys are going to be able to top it. But I will start off. I will start off, and before I get into the story, the only person who actually knows what I'm about to tell you guys is Lara, because my wife told her at Target, of all places, in front of, however many people might have heard it. But so last week, on our first episode, I had mentioned the company that I work for, and then after that, I said I only give them 10%. I don't know if you guys caught that or not.
You said that on Odyssey though all the time, so
true. It was sort of a joke, but they also caught that because apparently people who work for the company, the association I worked for, or the members are fans of That Damn Show and were fans of my podcast and wanted to tune into our new Not That Damn Show podcast and see what that was all about. And somebody who used to be a higher up, let's just leave it at that, in that business heard what I said, and heard that I dropped their name, and then went and basically told my boss, and my boss had to let me go. So I got fired because of this damn show.
I think you win.
And I don't even remember you mentioning the name of any company like that, like at all. I don't remember that.
And the truth is that they're a good company. Their cause is noble. There's no doubt about it. And I wasn't trying to rip on them. And it just, the way it kind of came out, and what I said, and the person who heard it, when that person went to my boss had no choice.
I don't even remember what you said.
I just said, I said who I worked for, and said, what we do is, what we do. And then I said, but I only give them 10%. And that was really what the problem was. If I wouldn't have said the name of the company and said I only give 10%, I'd still have a job. But it's kind of a good thing too, because I was let go, but they're also keeping me on as their podcast host and producer. And I do voice work for them too. So I still have a contract position with them. They just couldn't keep me on as an employee anymore because of that. So I was fired. That's one part of my week. It gets worse. So then I'm like, okay, I'm fired. It is what it is. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go full on into Muscatello Media LLC, which is my podcast and imaging and voiceover business and content creation online. I'm in. I'm coming up proposals. I'm already doing marketing and stuff. 2 days later, my computer completely takes a shit. My Mac, my workhorse, the thing that did so much for me, dead. Like right now, I'm doing this show on a laptop that all the stuff that I threw together to make sure we could do a show today. So that is pretty. And I ordered a new computer. It was supposed to be here yesterday. It was marked as delivered. It's not here. I have no idea where it's even at.
Porch Pirates.
I'm supposed to sign for it, so I have no clue where anything even is. So I got fired. My computer died, and my new one was stolen.
Well,
that's
we don't know about that, but
we gotta tell the truth.
Go ahead, tell whatever you want.
I mean, we gotta tell the truth, because I just want to make up a lie that's bigger than that. Because it's like I went to prison and I had hemorrhoids and some dude fucked me in the ass, and I was trying to get out of there. Like I would win that immediately, but that didn't happen. Win that.
But you can say whatever you want to, and then we can let the not damn it's vote.
Oh no, mine's not. Mine. Okay, as far as mine was, the worst of my week wasn't a bad week. I mean, I'm always busy, but I had sent some, Valentine's Day, and I went to 1-800-Flowers, I think, and I sent the Valentine's Day gift. I get an email, and it goes, "It's arriving a day early." I go, "What the fuck?" And then I go, "Well, I got some bad news. You're getting your Valentine's Day gift early." And she's like, "Oh, that's no big deal." And then I thought it was going to be a local florist. They sent it in a fucking box.
Like a brown box, like just a regular shipping box.
Yeah, like you open it up and then you put your teddy bear. My teddy bear looked mean as shit,
like a shitty Amazon box.
Yeah, and then the flowers. But she was so happy, and then she sent me something, and I got it on Friday. But she goes, "Your other gift's been delayed." I go, "Oh yeah, it'll be here tomorrow?" She goes, "No, now it's in the 25th."
I love your first world problems. Like if you say it with a certain level of somber, it just sounds depressing, but really who cares?
It was a brown box.
Yeah, it was. My flowers came in a box. Mikey, beat that, you son of a bitch.
All right, man, that is way worse.
No, you're unemployed. That's way worse.
The good thing is, I am trying to stay positive about this because it does suck. I'm not fully unemployed because I do still have imaging work and voiceover work and some other radio work that I do. I get the podcast and stuff, so that also brings in a little bit of money. And this podcast will be bringing in some money at some point too. So we'll be doing that. And again, just to plug myself real quick, if anybody's out there looking to start a podcast, go let me know and I will help you produce that thing and get it all together and even come to you and bring my business to you. We lost Stroke. He's gone. Where'd he go?
He'll be back.
At the beginning of the show, Ian, you're like, Stroke is just getting older and older with every week.
Yep.
He's got Unabomber stuff to attend to. But Mikey, I just wanted to say real quick, if they fired you because you said you only give them 10%, but you were doing all your duties, meeting all your responsibilities, they wasted it. Because think about it. If you were giving 10% and still doing everything you're supposed to be doing,
shit still got
you
done.
20%, you can be overachieving. So they're lost.
Who wants
I'm
that?
sorry.
That's a valid point. That's true. It is kind of their loss. But again, I'm still there, and I'm not going to say anything bad about it because they are good people, and I really do respect my boss.
Yeah.
She was next to Jim Fox, Peterman, who we worked for. This is the second best boss I've ever had.
But there's really no point in overachieving because all they do is give you more work for no money at all. Because I remember when I tried to be a team player, still was the first one let go, by the way. I tried to be a team player and they're like, hey, promotions needs help. And I'm like, hey, I will step up and I will help our promotions department. I was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, trying to log in winners and contact them and everything. Got paid not a cent more and still got let go early. So don't try to go above and beyond. Give them 10% of the work gets done.
Ian, I think you did that for like 2 weeks and then you quit.
I did no. No, I did that for at least 6 months. I was doing promotions work right before the show every single day.
And I remember him making sure we knew him making sure everybody knew that he was doing extra work behind the scenes, that he was so busy doing promotion stuff that he couldn't keep up with the stuff that he was supposed to be doing on our show because he was doing all that. But he wanted to make sure everybody knew.
Lara, how was your week?
I don't know if I have Mikey level badness for this week, but I do have a couple bad things that happened. So my son, who's 2 years old, and my husband, they got in a car accident.
Oh my God.
They're both okay, but it was really scary. I got a call and he was telling me about the condition of the truck. And I was like, but where is my baby? Because like I felt like he was in shock or something, but they were both perfectly fine. We do have to take the truck in to get like the frame checked out because it got bumped around a bunch. But luckily they were both fine. And then now my son's super sick and he threw up like 4 times yesterday. And so we cleaned up a bunch of crap and threw away a bunch of our sheets and stuff. But other than that, no problems. I feel so like lucky and blessed that my son and my husband are okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank God they're okay. And so I have 2 questions here. 1, where the hell is your truck parked? Is it over at that school that's near your house? And 2, does your kid have the flu?
It's going
Where's
around.
my car parked?
Yeah, so that green truck, is that what you're talking about? The one that got into the car? So I would go pick my daughter up at that school that's near your house. And I swear to God, I saw it parked in the parking lot. I was like, is that Lara's truck? What the hell's it doing here?
There's a lot of them that I see around here. So it could have been anyone's. I'm not sure. But no, we're just parked on the street.
Now, what about your son?
And then I think he might have the flu. He's got other cold symptoms and then he was throwing up a bunch. So probably.
Sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Yeah,
what about you, Ian?
I'm not even going to compete. My life's pretty great. I'm not going to lie. This week I had a remote at Dave & Buster's and I got free video games for a year. So that's pretty great.
That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, they were doing a grand reopening and the first 100 people in there got free games for a year. It's basically just $75 worth of points every month, which I couldn't do that alone if I tried. Also, well, I mean, my kid did spill his Fun Dip on my bed, so I had to wash my sheets. So that's pretty much the worst thing I had to deal with all week. So, it's car accident, firing, that.
That was the first time Ian cleaned his sheets in months.
How the fuck are they doing a grand opening? They opened in 2012.
They did a remodel, but they were open the whole time. But it was like a big unveiling of all the new stuff that they got going on over there, and they just happened to call my dumb ass. Well, they have this. It's like this. It's a glass cube that you step into, and the floor and walls are interactive. So it's like a whole bunch of different games where you like touch the walls and floor, and they have these booths set up with these new interactive darts. You remember when we went to that axe throwing place and the board was interactive on a projector screen? Yeah. It's like that, but with darts. So they have booths set up for that, and they have a huge fucking sports dining area. It's pretty cool. But I was more excited about the free games.
Sounds like COVID's coming back. Everybody's touching the walls.
I'm sure they probably cleaned them.
I don't think COVID has ever left. I think it's just a cold that everybody continues to get, and different types of COVID. You know what's making a big comeback is like bird flu. Bird flu is everywhere. Everybody's getting bird flu. The egg prices are out of control. They're killing chickens left and right.
You know what else is not even real anymore?
What else is making a comeback? That damn show.
Not that damn show. I'll tell you what's coming back right now. Let's move on. So, let's let everybody know that you can vote for who had the worst week, which is going to clearly be
Jesus
Ian.
Christ. Okay, I voted for you.
We get it, Mikey. You had a bad week.
I'm torn between Lara and Mikey. I mean, Lara's is pretty bad. Mikey's is pretty bad. I mean,
I think so too.
Yeah, so that one's a tough one. I think because her kid was involved.
But he escaped death. So honestly, it was like a good ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we let the not damn it's vote, or the damn it's, whatever we want to call them, vote on Spotify or on YouTube. With this episode will be up on YouTube, and that second episode will make its way up there too as soon as I get access to my files again.
And if you're gonna vote, leave us a comment and a review. That'd be great.
Absolutely, because we'll read your comments and stuff, especially if you give us a 5-star review and then you leave a comment. We'll absolutely read that. Come on now, and it helps the show. To be honest with you, if you leave a comment or review, it definitely helps the show. Boosts us up in the algorithm and stuff.
You can even leave a bad comment. Leave like angry ones and pick us apart. I'm okay with that. I'll read them.
No, shut the hell up! Don't tell people to just do that. Just leave
I like haters because then it gives us a reason to like hate them back and we get some drama going.
I like when people kiss our ass.
I know.
Until
I had a bad
you heard
week.
it here. Mikey likes having his ass kicks.
I get so pissed. I'm like, I'm getting a fucking plane ride. I'm gonna come out there and fucking stomp your fucking family in. And now your mom's dead. I don't give a fuck. I'll skull fuck her. I'm sorry. I get real angry sometimes with people.
See, this is what happens if you leave shitty comments. Stroke is gonna come do all those things.
Skull fuck your mom.
Are you? How's that? Have you taken your medicine today, Stroke?
I quit going to that guy.
Good. I like this stroke better. You guys want to get into the news?
Actually, I like it better because now he can't throw stuff at me because we're not in the same room. So be the angry Stroke all you want to. I don't give a shit.
Well, you should make a thing where you have to throw stuff at yourself.
No, I'm not even going to shock myself. People keep realizing that I've got the shock collar at my house. Like that's going to be very fun to tease people with. Like, look what I got, and then throw it across the fucking room.
I think we could use that for something.
I wanted to sell it at auction at your Toys for Kids benefit or whatever it was.
The Mikey Podcast Christmas? It's not for my kids. It's for me. Fuck those kids. I'm just kidding.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's move on.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What's going on here?
What the? All right, we do have some news stories to get into today, and I'm going to start things off with the very first news story, and it's a Florida man.
Florida man.
We'll play. This guy's at it again, this time rocking a Dalmatian onesie while living his best meth-fueled life. Would you guys like to see what this guy looks like before I tell you the story?
Definitely.
Let me throw it up on the screen. There's our guy. This kind of helps a little bit here. Here's what happened. Florida Highway Patrol.
What's going on with his face?
They probably beat his ass. Well, actually, let's hear the story. The Florida Highway Patrol tried to pull this guy over. His name's Dylan Keith Devereaux. Maybe one of you guys know him. I don't know. They're pulling him over for reckless driving. Instead of stopping like a normal person, Dylan hit the gas and took off. At one point, he even stopped the car to sort of push his friend out that was in the car with him, like, get out, and then he floored it again. Eventually, he crashed his car into a tree, got tased to the ground like a reasonable citizen. But then, this is where the story gets even better. The guy, while he's lying there with one handcuff on, decides, you know what? Today's not going to be the day, guys, and starts fighting and wrestling the troopers that were trying to arrest him. He got away, sprinted off into the woods like some kind of discount Florida Tarzan. Next thing you know, cops tracked him down to his girlfriend's house, and she wasn't really ready to play Bonnie and Clyde or whatever. So she just told the troopers, yeah, he's in here, but there's also a crap load of drugs in this house too. So, and I'm not going to jail for this asshole. Can you guys wait a little bit? So they did. They came back the next morning, arrested Dylan, hit him with the full Florida special, reckless driving, fleeing, assaulting a law officer, resisting violence. And you guessed it, possession of meth.
Maybe that's what's going on with his face.
Did you say that she said, cops, I got a lot of drugs in here. You guys wait till tomorrow?
Yeah. She said, listen,
what the fuck?
There's drugs. I don't want to go to jail for this guy. Let me leave.
Well, flush it. What the fuck?
I know, dude.
Oh man. So it's another Mikey, get that soundbite ready. It's another Florida man.
Florida man.
Cops near Fort Myers, they're searching for a guy who he was riding around a riding lawnmower last Friday and destroyed multiple mailboxes. Several security cameras got it on video, and it looks like he was probably drunk, but it's a Florida story, so I'm going to assume that he was. He crashed into one mailbox so hard it flipped him over the front of the mower. Then he stumbled around in a ditch for a while, hopped back on, and drove off. And it's not clear how many mailboxes he destroyed, but cops are still trying to ID him. And all they know is that he's a Steelers fan because he left a Steelers hat and pair of sunglasses behind.
You don't have the guy?
Not to my knowledge, not yet.
First of all, lawnmowers, they only go so far, so he has to live. That's George down the street. They got to know who the fuck he is, right?
Some of the more industrial ones for like landscaping companies, they can go a little bit faster.
I was impressed that he got up and was still like walking, kind of stumbling. I was just really impressed in the video.
When you're drunk as hell, then you're basically bulletproof. You can take a fall. But I'm we don't know if he was drunk or not, but I'm assuming he was because come on, it's Florida.
Have you guys seen where they update lawnmowers, like the engines, to make them go hella fast and they race them, like they drag race lawnmowers?
I was just picturing like the Water Boy where she tuned up his his lawnmower and he's like driving down the highway on it.
That would be kind of fun. I would do a lawnmower race.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome. United Airlines flight from San Francisco to Chicago took a slight little detour this week after a passenger lost his goddamn mind. Shortly after takeoff, this guy decides that it's time for a little religious roll call, and he marched to the front of the plane demanding to know where the Mormons are. Like, what the hell are you going to do if you find them, dude? Seriously, you start asking them questions, maybe talking about the Book of Mormon. I don't know, man. Anyway,
they're in Utah. No shit. Everybody knows that.
They're everywhere.
Like, how do you not know that? They're literally, there's a whole show called The Mormon Wives of whatever. They're
throw a rock in any direction, you'll probably hit one.
Especially in California. There's a lot around here. But at first, these people say on the plane, they say it was a little weird. And then it just got really intense. He got physical, fighting with the flight crew and everything, forcing passengers to kind of jump in and restrain the guy. I mean, just kind of imagine being on an airplane with this dude.
California has a lot of Mormons. We had them always knock on our door when I lived out there. And this one guy, they always dress like the Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
And this one guy, I'm on my way walking to the liquor store and he comes up on his bicycle and he talks to me. And I'm like, dude, I don't believe in any religion that started in the last 100 years. And this guy gave up.
Yeah.
He gave up.
Your religion has to be old. I'm sorry. It's not.
Sorry to offend Mormons, but that was still I beat him.
Oh, well, if you don't want to offend the Mormons, let's switch over to the Jehovah's Witnesses. Do you remember when you fucking locked me out of the house because some Jehovah's Witnesses showed up at the door? And you're like, hold on, my roommate wants to talk to you. And you're like, hey, there's somebody at the door for you. And then you locked me behind. Yeah, you locked the door behind me.
There was one of them that was kind of.
Well, did you learn anything?
Hot.
Did you say there was a hot Jehovah's Witness?
I know that's hard to believe, but there was one in California. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
I know
naked.
I know one or two ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that are pretty attractive, so they're not unheard of.
No, I know. I actually grew up with a bunch of Johos, and a couple of the girls were. I remember them being pretty attractive. Is that offensive? Can you?
I just picture Johos are like sluts for coffee.
No, they're sluts for Jesus. I'm sorry. Anyways.
Wow.
Do they believe in Jesus? I'm sorry. You know what? I shouldn't have said that.
God.
I didn't know.
Where's the sluts for Jesus at?
I don't even know if they believe in Jesus. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I said that. But my grandpa was a Mormon, and he said that they had to wear holy blessed underwear. Did you guys know that?
Holy blessed underwear.
Yeah, there was one pair of underwear for each day, and the underwear had been prayed over, I believe. And so, yeah, like Mormons wear special underwears.
Holy blessed underwear. That sounds like something Robin would yell at Batman.
Holy blessed underwear, Batman.
Exactly.
If I can pull this off and we can get people to contribute, would you guys go to one of those snake handling churches?
I'd sit in the very back.
Me too. I just want to go
near that goddamn snake. I fucking hate snakes.
Me too. But would you go?
I would go.
If the price is right.
No, I mean, we just get somebody to just pay for. I don't know if they have internet way in the fucking woods, but
it's in the woods. What do they do at a snake church?
I don't think they have that in like a real civilization. I think that's like up in the woods where they're fucking holding snakes.
All right.
I want to watch it. I want to watch him.
This sounds
watch him hold their snake stroke.
I want to watch fucking people dance around and praise God with holding snakes. Well, I mean,
like Britney.
Oh, if they're hot like that, that's different.
Oh, I've watched documentaries, so they're not fuckable.
I was gonna say, because that Britney Spears video, she's got the snake going on. If that's somebody, if it's that type of church, we should all go.
I'll show you images. Not a snake handling church. There's nobody fuckable in it.
All right.
I missed the Britney Spears snake video. The last one I saw was her dancing with the fucking knives, and I'm like, I'm done. This bitch is crazy.
Oh no, we're talking about a video, like a legit music video of hers, not one of the weird.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
this was super iconic. Yeah, she had like the purple bra.
Isn't that her Toxic video?
Yeah, it was like live performance though. It wasn't a video.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was. That's right.
I'll look into that. This sounds hilarious. I don't know what the hell people are so damn upset about, but there's a Vietnamese place in Australia that hands out custom R-rated fortune cookies, which sounds awesome. Customers love it. So they recently ordered a new batch for Valentine's Day, but the fortune cookie company made a big mistake, and they got the messages right, but accidentally shipped them out to other restaurants that bought normal fortune cookies.
This is great.
And people who got the fortunes were quite upset. The type of thing that you would read when you cracked open a cookie would be something like, some aren't as dirty. One would say, you are capable of great things, but all you do is look at your phone all day. You won't be great at that. Sorry. See, that one's pretty innocent, but it's insulting. I like it. But there's one that was dirty. It said, the year of the snake bears, good fortune. Your divorce is coming soon. Then it ended by saying their spouse is only married to you for your money, you ugly C-word.
Cunt?
Did it say cunt?
I actively try not to, unless it is apropos.
It's a great word.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's a great word.
The restaurant that ordered them found out about it, and when the company emailed, they said they weren't doing swear words anymore. The restaurant owner said it was their mistake, but they said they're not taking any chances. So from now on, I guess they're just not doing any more profanity, which is bullshit.
Can you imagine like going in the wrong restaurant with your family and it's like your kid opens up a fortune cookie and they're happy? It's like, you're a cunt.
Okay. If my kid was with me, yes. But if it was just me and my girlfriend, we were on a date, I would laugh my ass off.
I would always go to that Chinese restaurant.
I'm coming back here.
There would be no other Chinese restaurant to go to, even if I was with my kid and my kid got a fortune cookie that said "you're a cunt." I'm like, you know what? I don't know what that means, but I'm coming back to this place. That's fucking hilarious. It's funny.
I'd be there all the time.
I'd be like, we're not ordering that for dessert. That's what they're trying to do. Let's go.
Or just be like, just every time you go there, just be like, nobody gets any fortune cookies this time.
I get all the cookies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I get all the cookies. Or just read it for them. Like, oh, it just says that you will make a new friend soon.
Yeah.
In reality, it says you're a cunt.
I know someone made that word bad. If they made it into a dish, you'd be like, I'll take a extra large cunt with
my crumpet.
Yeah.
What would be cunts and crumpets? Is that what it would be?
Yeah. It sounds like a French, like Danish.
I'd eat it.
Oh man.
Come on over for brunch. We're having cunts and crumpets.
Custard in them.
Ew.
I'm on my way. We're eating cunt. Like you serving cunt.
I'm not serving that.
I can't do
All right. Speaking of fortune cookies, over in China's primitive forest, a Russian mermaid performer learned the hard way that sometimes life just says, fuck you. Maria Zelenia, I think is her name. She was doing her thing during this live performance, and out of nowhere, a giant sturgeon decided to eat her head. And I'm not even joking. Look at this thing. It literally it bit her fucking head.
That's not even funny, dude.
That's
I know.
Oh my God. I saw
pretty
this.
funny.
This is cool.
This is very cool. She managed to break free and get to the surface, a little bit bruised, a little bit battered, and somehow still alive. The funny thing about this is the aquarium that she worked for offered her $100 to keep her fucking mouth shut. Like, here's $100. Shut up. Like, nothing says we care about our employees and like throwing them $100 in a gag order. You know
There's photo evidence. Keep your mouth shut about what? I can see it.
Not just photo evidence, ladies and gentlemen. We have a video.
Oh God. Yes.
Right there.
Holy shit.
Let me just rewind that so you can see it one more time. Wow.
Damn near snapped her neck. Why is she allowed to swim with those big ass fish?
Isn't there an aquarium here or like a bar here in Sacramento that has like mermaids swimming around? Is there fish in there with them?
I don't know.
There are no fish. It's called the dive bar, and there's like mermaids like that. But
sometimes
I thought
I
when
go
you
to
said,
bars.
I thought you said when it ate her head, that literally it ate it. But I'm glad she's alive.
Sometimes when I go to bars, there's bitches in there that smells like mermaids. I'm like, ugh.
Smells like a mermaid?
Yeah.
Smells like a sturgeon.
What does a mermaid smell like?
That's terrifying right there.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to get a good look at that. That's terrifying. They just died.
I thought she died.
She's getting head. He's getting head.
It's getting some major head. That was a good one.
That was a good one. So this guy in East Texas, Stroke, you know better than the other two that it is super illegal to hunt on somebody else's property. This guy, he was busted because he set up a porta potty that he was hunting out of on somebody else's property. He spray painted the porta potty camouflage, cut holes in the sides for his gun. So it was a makeshift deer blind hunters sit in where they wait for the deer to show up. The fact that it was a porta potty wasn't the issue. That's apparently fine. But it was set up on private property that he did not ask. And I don't know how to show you guys the photo of this, but it looks so terrible. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys so you guys can see it.
Okay, because I know the story, but I didn't see the image of the porta potty.
Oh, I want to see this.
Okay, let me know if you guys can see it.
Let me know. Try it up on the screen. Let me know.
Okay, it's up right now. It looks just like that. That is the porta potty that he set up.
God.
That's not camouflage. That is literally just green and black that somebody had and apparently had a seizure with. But he cut holes out of the side. That's just one big hole, and there's one right there. If you guys can, if you're just listening, you've got to see this thing.
One of two things happened here, though. It was either he stole it from a place that was brand new, or he got it nasty, and then they cleaned it out. And either that part's really nasty.
I was going to bring that up. If he's not above putting a porta potty to hunt on somebody else's property, he probably stole this thing.
Do you think that he just sits? Is there a toilet in there? Like, can he sit there and like you drop a deuce and then?
I don't think they're detachable. I think they're made with the toilet in it. So he had to have been sitting there because the hole that he cut out looked kind of low. So he might have been just chilling because in a deer blind, you just sit there for hours. So you're going to stand up. So he was probably sitting on that toilet on somebody else's property. And he thought, nobody's going to see this.
Like, what a great way to if you have to take a shit, like you're already in the spot, like you don't have to do much, and then you don't miss out. Like if you're still trying to hunt, you're pooping and hunting at the same time.
But then you gotta stay there with it.
But you're already in a porta potty. What does it matter?
I mean, for somebody who thinks like this, it probably doesn't matter in the slightest.
I would like to say though that is poop talk.
Poop talk.
All right, this is the last story over in Queensland, Australia. Oh, this is another good one, you guys. Things are getting a little bit weird, although Australia is a little weird as it is. A high school teacher at the Marsden State High School has reportedly started identifying as a cat. Yes, a full-on feline. All right, complete with cat. Oh, let's just throw the picture up on the screen because her face is blurred out, but there she is. She's got cat ears. She licks her hands. She hisses at the students, and she wants the students to call her. If you could look at the screen and see right on her little necklace thing that she's wearing, her little whatever, her little lanyard, it says Purr. She wants the students to call her Miss Purr.
No.
Yeah, bitch, you crazy. And what are you, a trans species? Is that what this is now?
Think that's a thing, dude. Parents are understandably losing their shit, especially after one mom said the teacher made her kid purr for candy, which is completely inappropriate.
Does she shit in a litter box?
Well, that's what we're coming to, man. That's she doesn't have a litter box quite yet in the classroom, but if the schools don't do something about this, next thing you know, she is going to have a litter. Litter box to be scratching away and whatever. Can we put a stop to the whole? furry thing?
This just reminds me of that episode of It's Always Sunny where Dennis's ex literally transitioned into a cat. She had her boobs implants taken out and put into her face so she could look more like a cat. Like it's so ridiculous that oftentimes I don't even believe this stuff is actually happening because it's just so unbelievable.
I agree. It is completely unbelievable. I remember, I think I did a story last year, or maybe it was more recent than that, but it was about it was also in Australia, and it was about kids who were being allowed to, if they thought that they were a cat, the schools were catering to them as cats with litter boxes and other kinds of weird shit in the school. Like, what? You can't do that. Come on, that's insane.
I remember that people saying the students were acting like that, but kids are stupid. So like, that's sort of believable, but the teacher, she should be fired because that's just I don't trust adults like that. That's just creepy.
No.
I mean, sure. When I was a kid, I'm like 6 or 7, I'm running around the playground. I'm a goddamn T-Rex. I can do whatever the hell I want to.
But you're an adult.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah, I don't want to be. I'm like, no, I'm a tiger and you will address me as such.
And she's like including the kids in the delusion of like, oh yeah, now you purr too. And it's like too many adults use that as like a weird sexual thing too. It's like they're the furries or whatever. So don't bring that around kids, please.
That's what I was going to say. It feels like you want candy, you got to have to purr for it. Like, come here, little boy. You want some of my candy? I want to hear you purr. Like, that's creepy, man. Ew. That's weird. I don't like it.
Get the
shit in that litter box for me. Shit in that litter box.
I'd let my kid be tardy every day. They're not going to that class.
I'd let my kid be away from that school every day. Like, you're getting homeschooled now. This teacher's completely insane. And I don't care if we offend any furries out there or people who think they're cats. You guys are fucking crazy. I'm going to say it right now. Whatever. You're insane.
Canceled.
Canceled. That damn show completely canceled by the furries. The furries are not into Not That Damn Show.
I was about to say we're not that damn show.
My bad. Not that damn.
It was a nice little trip down memory lane last night because I went through quite a few of our old YouTube videos because I didn't know that our channel was still up. It popped up in one of my memories, and I just went through that rabbit hole. Like, oh, I remember doing that. No, that was our trip to Denios. That was fun.
That stuff was a lot of fun. Lara and I, every once in a while when we're doing Freeloader Friday, we'll do a that damn show flashback, and she brings up some of these videos. It's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, but this is going to be so much better because
we're
unrestricted.
Yeah, we could do and say whatever we want to. And by the way, people, which we'll hear some probably, at least in the comments and the voicemails a little later, people like this sort of free version that we have going on here, where we can say whatever we want to, we can curse if we want to. People dig it. I kind of do too. It feels a little more natural, a little bit more real.
Yeah, because that's just how we talk. But people would ask when they would sit on that damn couch. The question would pop up quite occasionally, like, how do you guys just turn off the swearing when the mics are on? Like, it's just a button in our brain somehow that when that light is on, we know not to say certain words. It's just something that you're trained to do. But now that's out the window. Stroke talking about fucking skull fucking people, and I'm like, okay, this is us now.
It's funny you say that because I was told when I came to California, tone it down. Ian knows before. I mean, you guys all know off the air, but I had to kind of somewhat not be me, and it sucked. And now I'm like, I get messages going, I like it better. I'm like, this is really who I am. I just had to fucking tone it down because a bunch of pussies.
Because you know why? Because for some reason, and I don't think that this is true in the longer that I've lived here in California, which feels like forever, I've found that not everybody is as soft as they want people to think. There's a lot of, I don't know how it's not, there's a lot of non-woke people, I guess, people who won't get as offended. There's a lot of us, and we're here.
A large portion of this state voted red.
Well,
NorCal is way different. Way different. And I say that all the time when I go, that state should be 2 states, because NorCal, I get along with so many people because they think a lot like I do. They just don't give a fuck.
And my biggest problem is what you're saying, because people really don't understand. If you've never been there, California is very big.
Yeah,
some of my friends were like, oh, I would come visit you, but I don't want to go to California. I'm like, dude, that is so the opposite of where I live. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
I know.
You're so ignorant, because I live in Northern California, where a lot more people, there's fucking rednecks here. They're everywhere.
It's like people who think the entire state of New York is a city, the whole entire thing, but there's like, it's not like that.
Yeah, well, I get it all the time from California. Thinks I live next to Disneyland. I'm like, I know, Disney World. No,
just gonna say the same thing. My mom, like, even if there's a fire in Southern California, she's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Mom, I live 800 miles away or 400 miles away from where this fire is. You know that. Why would you? I just want to make sure. Do you guys see the smoke? No, I don't see the smoke. Like, it's not possible."
My own mother asked, she's like, "Are Mikey and Lara okay?" I'm like, like emotionally, or what? He's like, "What the fires?" I'm like, we're fucking near them.
Well,
and
I
had a friend of mine when I lived out there. She's like, "Hey," because she did makeup for a lot of the movies in Atlanta. She's like, "Hey, I'm doing a premiere in Los Angeles tonight. You should come see me." Do you know where I am? You know how long it would take me to get there? Pass.
People are stupid, man. But they don't know. You can't blame them. You know, they have no idea. They just live in their, especially when they're in another part of the country. They live in their own world. They have no idea. I think everybody in California is LA and San Francisco, you know.
Me and Stroke live in the northern panhandle of Florida. They think we're near Miami. That's like 8 hours away, maybe 10.
That's true. Whenever I picture you guys like by palm trees on a beach. Always.
No,
Every
we have
time
those.
I think of you in Florida.
We have those.
I'm really close to the beach, honestly, like a mile away. But
yeah, so am I, but not that beach.
Yeah, not Miami. I think our beaches actually look better than the Panhandle. People don't know that, but don't tell everybody.
Yeah, don't come here looking. Well, I'll send you pictures.
I want to come there.
Well, don't come in with your California license plates on. Oh my God!
You got pulled over for that too?
What?
No, I got them off immediately. Everyone hates California here, so I had to like immediately get that shit off my bike and my truck.
Is that like it's the same thing like over in Texas when people show up, when people go to Texas, they move to Texas, they have their California license plates on there. People get mad about it.
Oh yeah, even in Arizona, when I came through and got gas when I was moving back, she goes, "Are you moving over here?" Because I had the U-Haul. I go, "No, I'm going back to Florida. I'm not I said I'm not a Californian.
Please, I'm not a Californian. Please don't kill me."
She's like, "Good." She would think I was trying to ruin her votes. I'm like, no.
Oh, I just hope that we continue down this same road of more common sense. It doesn't have to be more red or more blue or anything. And I'm not trying to get political. I just want the state to just have a little bit more common sense. That's all we need. That's it. So over in the group, if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't joined us on Facebook or Instagram like that, we have a Facebook group and we have the Instagram page and we have a TikTok, and we're trying to grow these things. So make sure you're following us, and there'll be a link in the description of this episode and every episode of the podcast that you can get all of our access to all of our things. Make sure you're following and connect with all of us. But we'll post polls and stuff. And we posted a poll last week asking people about what different segments they wanted us to bring back that we used to do on That Damn Show. Would they like us to bring it back on Not That Damn Show? And there was a couple that came up. WTF News, which we just did. Smutter What was a big one. We'll try to bring that one back too. That takes a little bit of time. There was a lot of really, really good ones, but a couple that stood out were Am I an Asshole, Voicemails, and Damn Problem. And those were some of the very top ones that people voted on. The poll is still there. Feel free to go vote if you haven't done it already. But I think we should get on and get into one of the next segments that people voted for, which I don't have the open for, guys, and I apologize. I will try to have one for us next time I do it.
If I remember correctly, it was like, "Am I the asshole?" It
was Dennis Leary's "Am I the Asshole" song. So just think of that in your head, and let's just get on with Am I an Asshole. This is a great song. And Dennis Leary is still funny as hell to me. But let's get into it. Am I an asshole? Yes.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Because this one, I obviously read beforehand because I have it in front of me. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and have to really sit down and think about this one, because you got to look out for yourself sometimes, and that does not make you an asshole, in my opinion. But it says, "Am I the asshole if I kicked my dad out because he won't lose weight?" A few years ago, my father was diagnosed with kidney cancer. At the time, he was over 500 pounds. He's been big. Yeah.
That's a big dude. 500 pounds is fucking massive. Let's try to wrap our heads around that for a second. That's a big motherfucker.
I can't wrap my arms around that.
I used to watch a lot of my 600 life. My ex really loved my 600 pound life, so I've seen a couple of episodes, and yeah, that's fucking huge.
Huge.
But, yeah. It says he's been big his whole life and got the big gastric bypass to do the diet right. I moved him in with me 3 years ago to help him with his weight and finances, since he's on SSI and makes about $1,000 a month. I pay all of the bills and everything, including the house is in my name. Well, he got down to about 450 a year ago. His goal is 350, then gave up and started eating and stopped exercising. Recently, he was back up to 500 pounds, and it causes a lot of health issues that I have to help with. The other day, I told him he needs to get down to 450 by the end of June or get out. He already lost 5 pounds this week. I know he can't afford to live on his own, but
he shits 5 pounds.
I mean, hey,
exactly what I was thinking.
It's not a sprint; it's a marathon. But
he Stroke's not wrong. This guy shits. He loses 5 pounds. He's 500-pound dude.
I mean, hell, I weigh myself before I do sometimes, and it's a pretty big difference each time. And I'm not 500 pounds.
I've done that too. I like to shit sometimes. Yeah, me too.
Especially when you know it's going to be a big one.
Weigh yourself before the shit and after the shit.
Yeah, you could see a difference.
Yes.
Really? I've never done that, but I'm good. Next time I'm going to have a big one.
If you know it's going to be a big one, do it.
I'm going to. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you'll see at least a pound difference. Almost, if not close to it.
And that's so amazing because then I could be proud of it and be like, man, I just dropped a fucking 4 pounds.
You're proud of it. You name it, all that kind of stuff. But but it goes on. Almost done. I eat close to $200 a month in groceries and additional cost.
How?
I don't know. Well, inflation. And he typically does next to nothing around the house and eats 1.5 to 2 times what I eat. The last couple of weeks, he's been a perfect roommate, but it never lasts. Would I be wrong to stand my ground on this?
Oh, man, that's kind of tough because, like, it's your dad. And
it's your dad, yes. If
you kick your dad out and you're not there sort of forcing him to try to be healthy, there's a good chance that he could spiral and the 500 pounds could balloon to 700-800 pounds, and then he could die.
Well, I'm just going to say, it seems like from what we read, I mean, if he's gone back up to 500 pounds, it seems like he's content with the way that he's living and doesn't care if he lives or dies because he had the gastric bypass, didn't do the diet right, and he just is going to eat until, and food is an addiction. Like, people really don't understand. Like, it can be as addictive as drugs or alcohol. It really can. And some people just don't care, but it is your dad.
I have a possible solution. I mean, if you're in charge of all the finances, he doesn't actually make any money. It's your card. Take away any cards he has. Don't let him buy anything. You only buy the groceries, only buy healthy stuff. I mean, like...
Well, I mean, why should they have to make the sacrifice? More. Because this person doesn't seem to be struggling with anything.
I mean, what I mean is, like, only buy a certain amount of food each week so he can't overeat because he doesn't have any money to buy the junk food. I don't know.
I just want to know how he eats $200 a month because that's fucking impossible.
I mean, I go grocery shopping about every other Sunday. I think my grocery bill adds up to about maybe $200 a month because, you know, inflation.
What? A month?
Okay. $200 a month? Are you saying that's impossible because it's so little or so much?
So little. Like, I don't think you can, like, if you buy, you know, for
I live by myself, so
it's just me and my daughter. So she's here, you know, most of the time. So it's like, there's no way we spend at least $100 a week, and I might not be trying to go crazy on it.
Yeah, like $200 a month is like, what are you living off of? Ramen noodles and fucking water, dude? Come on, man. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I get it. Shit is expensive, but
right.
I know that we spend way more. But we had a whole house full of people here, but we spend way more on that than that in groceries. But
well, for me, it's easier because A, I live by myself, and B, I'm not. There's a lot of food in my house that could be that are made out of a box or something that comes with directions. I do try to cook like a real meal for myself at least once a week. So every week I'm buying, like, I'll buy a steak or, you know, some chicken or something like that. But I think it's just easier for me because I'm also working and sleeping a lot. So I maybe only eat like once a day, a full meal. The rest I'm just kind of snacking on stuff.
Well, God, is this guy an asshole?
Or girl, I don't actually know.
Or whatever, yeah. Is this person an asshole?
I mean, if they're mainly just talking about the financial burden that it's taking on them, but I'm sure it's probably taking an emotional toll on them too, because you're trying to keep your dad alive, but he just doesn't seem to care. So if they don't care, and I've said this about a lot of drug addicted friends of mine, if they don't want to help themselves, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when it comes to addiction, addiction is such a hard thing though, because like Stroke had said, like food is an addiction, and it can be an addiction, and that could be what the problem is here. And addictions are really hard to break, and it's a whole psychological thing, and it's beyond. So it's beyond that person's control. I think I think personally, I'm just going to say, I think you're an asshole if you kick your dad out, because even if it seems like, even if it's clear that he doesn't want to get healthy, you got to try. It's your dad. Like, you're the only person probably keeping him alive.
Well, it says that he moved in 3 years ago. So how long are you supposed to deal with this, even if it is your dad? Because at a certain point, you have to. It's like when a plane's going down. You got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why I feel like you can. Don't kick him out. Just like set some seriously hard boundaries. Like, you can't have access to any of my money in my bank account. I will spend it how I think is the wise way to spend it. You'll have enough food to survive, but you're not going to have a bunch of extra crap. Like,
hey, fat ass, eat a salad.
Well, I mean, not only that, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that because I've seen some episodes of My 600-Pound Life, and 500 is not that far off. I'm just going to assume this place probably smells like shit.
Oh,
fat
God,
people,
I can't even.
When they get that fat, they stink. It's just they can't wash out their fucking rolls.
There's stuff they can't reach.
You can't wipe very well, and like you said, the rolls are just probably, there's nasty fucking human cheese building up in those rolls because you're not cleaning it out.
If that was your dad, you want that shit in your fucking house?
That's a good point. No,
but also, where is he gonna go? Like, I know it's on him; he's an adult, but where is he gonna go?
I mean, maybe there's some Section 8 housing that could probably take him in. I mean, 500 pounds is technically disabled. I mean,
true.
I ain't kicking my dad out.
Well, you got to think about too, like, so the Section 8 housing, that means that he's bringing in like $1,000 a month or something like that. And think about how much money you're spending on all the food and shit. So maybe you pitch that money towards his housing if he's in Section 8 or he's in cheap housing, and then he's getting $1,000 a month, and you take that money, put it that way, and he can live on his own, and just maybe help him with some groceries every once in a while. I don't know, dude. When you bring up the smell, that changes everything for me. I can't have a cheesy smelling person in my house. There's no fucking way.
And I don't know if this person has a yard or not, but build a shed out back so that he can live in or something. I don't know.
But wheel him out there, put him in a fucking wheelbarrow and just wheel him out into the fucking backyard and dump him. Hose him down a little bit every once. One of those brushes to scrub him.
So it being your dad, I'm going to say no. You're not an asshole.
I'd bring his fat ass to a buffet once a day, and that feeds him all day.
Just leave
him. I mean, it would make it to where he would go away sooner.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper than trying to feed him.
That's true.
Have any of you guys seen that movie called The Whale?
Not yet.
What's that?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. I wanted to see that, but it kind of sounds similar. Like he's so big he can't really do anything.
I haven't seen that one. Well, I think, man, honestly, I'm gonna stick with my guns. I think you're kind of an asshole if you kick your dad out.
I'm gonna go with no. I mean, you gotta look out for yourself.
I'm gonna say you're kind of an asshole, and like maybe just try to set some boundaries instead.
It sounds like they already did, but go ahead.
Yes, see if you can find somebody else to take him in.
Yeah. Do you have a sister or a brother that'll do this?
An aunt, an uncle, a long lost cousin, your neighbor, anybody.
Actually, if you drop him off at a firehouse, I'm pretty sure they legally have to take him.
Oh my god!
Or is that just for babies?
That's for babies. Is it for like disabled? Like if you're in like a wheelchair, maybe?
Roll him out of the car and push him at the firehouse.
He can't get where people like leave their baby in the little thing, so he can't fit because he's too fat.
They can bathe him with the fire hoses.
Not to mention, think about this. Before you guys, like, if you're so set on the fact that this person's an asshole, think about this. When he dies, they're gonna have to cut a hole in this person's house to get him out.
Wheel him out. You can put him on a flatbed truck and get him out of here. Because how the fuck are you gonna move somebody like that?
I met a guy one time. He was so fat that they got a minivan and they put him in the back of it, and he had the skinniest little wife. Like she was begging for scraps. You could tell she was starving.
Why is there always a skinny person? There's always
I don't
a skinny
know,
person.
but he was so big he couldn't lay down and he would die. And then he got really upset because he was there was some kind of mutual funeral, and I didn't know this person, but he was mad because the woman that died used to have to sew his clothes because you couldn't buy clothes because he was so fat. But I remember him having to the whole minivan was his back. Like that's where he had to sit.
Oh, God.
That's extraordinarily sad.
That is very sad.
But yeah, if he would have laid down, he'd have died.
Let's get to this next one here. A husband finds himself on the losing end of the stay-at-home wife argument. And it gets a little spicy at the end here, so check this out. This guy is 28 years old. His wife is 31. They've been talking about having kids. And when that happens, they agreed that they would take turns being stay-at-home parents for a couple of years. Fair enough. sounds about right. Except there's no kids yet right now, and no bun in the oven.
How do you
But
take
now,
turns?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Maybe she would take a year off and be stay at home, and then he would take a year. Maybe they go 6 months, and I don't know.
It would make it kind of hard to develop a career though, and actually get somewhere.
That's true.
Financially and career wise, that makes no sense.
Well, this whole story is a little ridiculous, but they're not. There's no baby in the oven right now. They're still talking about this. So, but right now, the wife started floating out the idea of what if I just stay home anyway, not as a mom, but as a stay-at-home wife. And she pitched this to this guy like, I'm going to quit my job and just be a stay-at-home wife and just prep things for when we are ready to have a baby. So basically just sit at home, kick back and just be at home all day.
If you want to do that, just be a life coach.
You got
that's slut.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit here.
Oh my
What are
God.
you talking about? That came out of nowhere. Well, you'll see. Anyway, his response was clearly hell no. Okay, not because he's a monster or anything, but because he said his salary alone isn't going to cover that, keep up with their lifestyle that they're used to. So this goes on to another day when they decided to have a family dinner with his mom and his sister. And this is where things get a little bit good. The wife, out of nowhere, announces that her husband is mean and he won't let her be a stay-at-home wife. Like, she's like, well, he's not letting me do it. I just want to be a stay-at-home wife and he won't let me. And the mom and the sister immediately think that she's pregnant because they've been talking about having kids. And now everybody's on his ass painting him as the bad guy in this situation. He then claps back. He's obviously pissed. And he asks his mom and his sister, would you help her with the house whenever she needs it? And they're like, yes, of course, that's what family's for. And he's like, okay, keep that same energy and help me pay the bills and every other expense so we can maintain our lifestyles. Do you guys think that's a good idea?
No.
Clearly not. It's just boom, silence, nothing. The vibe instantly goes from Sunday dinner to super awkward intervention. Now the mom and the sister are super pissed and they're saying that he's stubborn. The wife said he was over dramatic and all this other shit, and everything's tense in the home. So that's pretty much where we're at with this story. This guy's wondering, is he an asshole?
No, this bitch is trying to get alimony because she's not going to work, and then she's going to be like, I depend on his income. Fuck her.
Oh my God.
I mean,
think about that.
Or she's just lazy. Look, nobody likes going to work. That's why they have to pay you to do it.
That's
I actually like disagree. If I didn't have a kid, I wouldn't want to stay home all day. I'd feel like I wasn't a person anymore. Going to work kind of gives you a sense of like purpose if you don't have one at home. Like if you had a bunch of kids, okay, I get it. You are the mom or you are the dad at home. Like that is your purpose. But if you're home just by yourself, you're going to get depressed. Like I don't get that.
I legit could not work. I've been doing it since I was like 15. There's been stretches where I haven't had a job and I was going fucking crazy.
I hate not having a job.
Yeah, because like Lara said, there's also a sense of accomplishment. You bring home a fucking paycheck and you get to buy whatever you want.
Well,
with that money,
I will say that if you hate your job, what's
on you?
worse? Would you rather stay home and be depressed or go to work in a miserable environment and be depressed around miserable people? I think I'd rather be depressed at home than I would be, with a bunch of miserable people.
Have you ever thought a very serious thought if you won couple $100 million, right, in the lottery, what would you do? Because no one's going to work and listen to a boss. That's just not going to work. To me, the only way that would keep me happy would be travel and constantly doing something. So I'd have to figure out what that was, right? Because just sitting at home in a gigantic mansion would be miserable.
Like find a passion or something to invest that into.
Travel for sure, finding some hobbies and stuff. I'd be smoking meat like crazy. Like, I mean, if I was a millionaire, dude, fuck, you guys would all be getting beef jerky like every other day. I'd be doing all kinds of stupid shit. I'd have 15 different podcasts just because.
We wouldn't have any like digital sounds or anything that like we would have crystal clear audio.
You guys would all get new cameras and new everything. I would take care of everybody.
Two things. My mom got a dehydrator for Christmas, so I already get beef jerky all the time because she's just so proud of it. But second, I kind of disagree with what you said about being miserable at work versus home, because if you're miserable at work, don't just quit because it's clear that she wants to be at home indefinitely, not because she's miserable at work. Because if you're miserable at work, find another job while you have this miserable job, because people who just quit with no idea what they're going to do next blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because anytime I've ever not liked my job, I was actively pursuing other chances to work somewhere else while I still was drawing a paycheck. And it's very clear that this person or this person's husband can't support them both. And I want to know what do you mean by the lifestyle that you live? Are you going out to eat all the fucking time? You can cut that back. That's fine. But if you're talking about bills, utilities, and groceries, that's fine. That's all I need. I don't like going out as much as I used to. So I don't have the lifestyle that I did, but I don't know what he means by that because I don't know what they both do and what kind of home she's just going to be sitting around on her ass in.
It feels like maybe she needs to gain some maturity, but they need to sit down and actually like set up a plan of what they are going to do and maybe have a mediator, whether that's a therapist or a family member who like can actually bounce ideas off them and like come up with a plan. Okay, your goal is to be a stay-at-home mom, but we're not going to do that until we have kids, and this is the plan, and we'll work towards it, and you save money until we get there. But I don't know. They just got to talk it out and be mature about it.
Maybe not even counseling. Go find a friend that'll be your voice of reason and be like, no, you dumb bitch, don't do that. Because apparently the way she phrased it in front of his family made it seem like he was the bad guy. Lay out the facts. Because she was like, he's not letting me. I'm like, okay, first of all.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that. Like, you're your own woman.
Yeah. Yeah. The truth is that you guys have discussed this, and that's going to be a plan that you guys want to do when you have a kid. But you don't have a kid right now. So I don't think if you're not going to be able to keep up with your bills and shit, you can't quit your job. It's just not a good idea.
Not to mention, if you think you can't afford the lifestyle you're living now, wait till you have a kid. Those motherfuckers are expensive.
Yeah, for real. So I don't think he's an asshole.
No, not at all. I think he's a hero among men.
No.
Lara?
They just need to talk. He's not an asshole.
All right. See, she kind of is an asshole. Like if somebody is an asshole, it's going to be her for painting him as the asshole to his family. Like
in front of the family.
I want to know how old these people are because I just feel like she's super young and immature.
He was like 30 something.
If you were paying attention, you would know the guy was 28 and she was 31.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the numbers.
That's how old they are, 28 and 31. So she's actually
she's old enough to know a little bit better than that, and
she's
also
older than
a
him.
little older. Like
age is no measure of wisdom.
That's true. It's true. I like these bits, man. I miss doing these things. This feels good. This feels natural. I like doing this kind of stuff. But all right, so there's that. Am I an asshole? What do we got next? We're gonna do Lara, you got Metal Monday on a Wednesday, Sunday?
Yeah, get ready to get real dark and eerie because I'm gonna play you guys some metal songs and you're gonna guess what they're growling about.
This is another bit that got a lot of votes, and this was always fun to me because I never know what the hell these people are saying.
We did this every Monday, and she had about maybe 5 songs each, so that's hundreds of songs that we've listened to, and only got one right.
Yeah, probably just one. I think it was Sugar by System Down.
Our win ratio is in the fucking toilet, like somebody's ratings.
You're not giving your guys' selves enough a credit because you guys would get words here and there.
You would get a word.
Yeah, but not the whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
Well, today's the day, and I feel it from Stroke especially. I think you just are going to hear it so clearly for the first time.
Okay, I'm living in a dark world lately, so I might get this.
Look at the way he's dressed.
I know.
All right. Embrace the darkness. Okay, this band is called X-Toll, and the song is called Sting of Death. So your job is just guess what they're singing.
Okay, first of all, it kind of lowered there at the end, but I may have heard Squeeze. I don't fucking know.
I thought I heard something about Love by the Candlelight.
I thought I heard something towards the end about life.
See, he said life. I heard Candlelight.
I heard Squeeze.
So squeeze the candle. Squeeze the life with the candle. I don't know. Play it again.
Is it too loud?
No.
I don't think so.
We just don't understand this shit.
Okay, listen closely. It's called Sting of Death.
Okay, Squeeze was definitely in there.
Yeah, squeeze and something life.
Okay.
God,
Squeeze the daylight out of your eyes.
Is this a Christian metal band?
They might be. I didn't do that much research.
What's the name of the band?
X-Toll.
Let's go with they're Christian because the beginning that I heard was God lift me up. God lift me up.
Nothing
You can
says
reference
Jesus
God and
more
not be a
than metal.
Christian band.
Honestly, nothing says Jesus more than metal. That's
Dude,
true.
some of those metal bands, those Christian metal bands are fucking heavy.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Anyway.
Okay, we've got multiple choice. This person either said a glum reality. Love grips the dark, screaming that everything you enjoy is a lie. That's the first one. Or is it B? A clammy hand that grips the heart, squeezing the joy out of everything in life.
There it is. B.
Okay. Yeah, there's 2 words, squeezing life.
Yeah.
B.
But clammy hand, I don't feel like that doesn't seem very metal. This clammy hand.
No, listen, he says a clammy hand that grips the heart, squeezing the joy out of everything in life.
A clammy hand that grips the heart, squeezing the joy out of everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going B.
Right.
Okay.
It was B.
Oh, you answered it. It was B.
Yeah.
Can't wait to book them at church on Sunday.
I'll start going, actually.
I didn't know you said B was the correct answer.
Oh, yeah, it was B. It was a clammy hand.
That doesn't feel very metal to me, but whatever.
Okay, this is a Sacramento local metal band. Their name is Wormflesh, and the song is called Teratonic Malformations. Here we go.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
That was nonsense.
There's no word.
Nothing against the band, but that was nonsense.
Wormflesh is the name of the band, right?
Yeah, that's the shirt I'm wearing today.
Have you seen them live?
Yes, I have. They're really good. I saw them at the Den of Sin. Thank you very much.
Okay, couple things. Lara, stand back up and let me see that shirt.
Okay, it's got like zombies and
why does every metal thing look like that?
I know. Why? I can barely make out that says Wormflesh. Maybe that's a metaphor for how they sound because I can't understand what they're saying either.
Do they pay for this segment? We don't know about it, or
no.
I know. Are you getting money on the side, Lara? That's not fair.
Okay, did you hear anything, or do you want me to just give you the multiple choice?
No, I think you should play it again because I have no clue.
No.
Okay.
That's crazy. It's not even words.
Also,
shit, their music sucks.
Yeah.
Wormflesh sucks. Can you tell me what the point is of replacing the O in worm with a U? Like, that doesn't add or take away anything.
Is that what they did? I didn't even notice.
It's on her sleeve.
Yeah. Wormflesh.
There's no point of that whatsoever.
It doesn't
why would
mean
they waste money on merchandise, and why would you buy it?
They misspelled
Dylan
worm.
wrote this.
Maybe that's why we can't understand what they're saying. They're illiterate.
It's called squealing. You guys don't know anything about metal. It's called the pig squeal. It's right, but you say words like hello.
Are you saying real things right now? Like, is that true? Or are you just making that up?
Yes. No, it's called a pig squeal. It's a style that people really enjoy to calm down.
Who are these people?
Not people, like a small minority of.
Very small.
It's the people over at the Den of Sin. Come on, you guys. You know
12
this.
of them.
Well, and by the way, what happens at the Den of Sin? Because that feels like a fetish nightclub.
No, it's literally just like a biker's bar. They're actually like
There ain't no bikers going to that shit.
Yes,
No
they're
way.
run by bikers who are against drinking, but there is a bar. You have to get a ticket for. You know what? You guys don't understand.
No, I don't.
Nope.
I don't. No, I don't. Not at all.
It's fine.
But can we get the multiple choice on this?
I guess you'll just pick your favorite then, because it's either A, you're a fucking living carcass flailing your vital organs.
That one.
Or
I like
is
that.
it B, there are 40 headless horsemen cutting off their heads of horsies?
Horsies.
Horsies?
No.
They would not put that in a metal song. No, that's got
they said
lip written
horsies.
over
They're
it.
a bunch of pussies. I'm going A.
Hey.
Hey.
You all said A?
Yeah.
You're all correct.
Yeah, because
Horsies has you written all over it.
That's the
No,
least
it
metal
doesn't.
word ever.
Metal
Horsies.
people are actually super gentle. They would totally say horsies.
No, they would not.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
Okay,
Even
fine.
Ed Sheeran wouldn't even use the word horsies in one of his songs.
It's super gay, by the way. Horsies.
Yeah, they would dick suck it in the back room before they say horsies.
This band is called Imperial Demonic, and the song is Dawn of the Infernal Age.
The sky is so red.
Ooh, that was
Rise. Something in rise.
that's good. Let's hear it again.
Okay.
The sky is so
rise
red.
at the end.
The whore on the rise.
Something rise at the end.
I'm not sure. I heard the sky, and I'm not sure about the whore part, which I love your verse. Is way better than probably this one, but I did hear the rise part.
Or is it whore in disguise?
Ooh, sky. The sky is so red. Whore in disguise. Interesting.
Not bad. Not bad.
I would listen to that song.
I would too.
You guys got a word correct here or there, but
Please tell me
which
it's whore.
word.
Please tell me
Sky is right. It's the first part.
Whore.
Ooh, yes.
It's either A, this guy is hoping the whores arrive, or B, the sky is open, the hours arise.
B.
Man,
B.
it's B, but A is so much better. This guy is hoping the whores arrive. Come on, man, that's a great line.
Oh, listen again before you guess.
The sky's open, the whore arrives.
Damn. I'm going B.
You know what the problem is? Is that once you suggest something, then you hear that.
I know.
Because that's how this fucking genre of music works, because you don't know what they're saying.
I'm sticking with my answer B, rise.
B.
I'm going A because I want it to be A so bad.
It's B. I'm sorry. I wanted it to be the whores one too, but it's the sky is open, the hours arrive.
Lara, you write these other verses. Like, why are you not writing for a songwriter for
Cantaloupe
metal or
Corpse?
something?
Yeah, what was the name of that band you were in, Lara and the LARPers? Why don't you guys get back together and start writing metal songs?
I saw you practicing the bass the other day. Your
There was
husband
bad
posted
blood.
a picture of you doing that.
They broke up.
You guys have bad blood?
Yeah.
Now you got bad blood.
Stop.
Hey,
Did we start something because we said something on the air about that and it got bad, or am I making that up in my head?
I
feel
We
like
made fun of them.
I think we made fun of them and it destroyed their band.
Well, there was like a lot of like discrepancy about who was the leader of the band. You guys were saying it was me and that they were just my LARPers, but they were like, no, we founded this band. You're not the leader.
Yeah, fuck them.
It's always going to be
leader.
There was no leader. You're the leader. You were on the radio. Like you're there.
Well, bands have a front man, but there's no leader. This isn't the fucking.
Well, they said drummers can't be the leader. It's only the lead singer and guitar.
Well, what the fuck's the LARPers doing? Where's the LARPers at? Where are they at? I haven't seen no albums anywhere. I haven't heard anything. I ain't heard nothing about no LARPers.
Phil Collins was the leader.
Exactly.
Atreyu, hello.
Yeah, we just wrote it off to creative differences. So
listen, if you're so thin-skinned that you break up your band because something a radio show said, y'all are a bunch of bitches.
For real.
You could see the weakness in their faces.
That's Metal Monday. Thank you for playing.
Oh, good times, good times. I love Metal Monday. It's always fun. So another segment that people wanted us to bring back is obviously voicemails. We have a number 916-312-DAMN, and I even have a jingle for this one. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Not that damn show.
Don't you want to leave us a message on that damn voicemail?
Yes.
I can tell you how to leave us a message on that damn voicemail. Call 916-312 312 DAMN.
Harder, smarter, not harder.
I mean,
that's the most generic shit I've ever heard. I love it.
312.
It's like we ain't had time to edit it.
Fuck you.
I didn't have time. I'm sorry.
Leave it.
I love it. It smells like shit. It's great.
It's so great. It's so great. But we do have voicemails, so let's get into it. Here's the first one.
Just your friendly neighborhood teacher here with another public service announcement. If you have a child in a class you don't particularly like the teacher, go talk to the teacher or the principal. Don't be a dumbass and email the superintendent like you're going to get something in response. You look fucking stupid doing that, and I'm going to have to knock some sense into you by crane kicking you in the fucking face. Peace, love, and run naked.
Well, I missed it too, and he was so angry about it. Like it was the swear words. This guy's a teacher. He's like teaches 7th grade or something. I love that guy.
Hey, dude, teachers have a lot of pent-up aggression having to deal with your children, and I get it.
For real.
I wonder if he can crane kick, though.
He looks like the type of guy who could probably crane kick.
Okay.
But you know what, though, too? He's got a good point. At least as a parent, I thought if I didn't like something that was going on, if I did email the superintendent, that might actually help. But apparently it doesn't. Just makes you look an asshole.
Oh, first of all, I have recently gotten to it with the superintendent, but I have a real reason why, if you'd like to hear this story.
I would love to.
So my daughter's now doing the academy that's through the university I'm doing. She wanted to do homeschool. So she's back. She's mostly here, but she's with her mom sometimes. She's back and forth. She's enjoying not having, and her grades just went up, like doing homeschool stuff, right? She really wanted to do it. I pay out of the pocket, so it's not like the districts or whatever. So when I wanted her transcript sent to the university, the academy, I called, nothing. I called again. They didn't send it. I called again. They didn't send it. I finally got a hold of, I said, fuck it. I'm calling the superintendent's office. I'll be damned. They didn't get him in one day. But I mean, that was 4 times, right? That was 4 times. Just send her transcripts over to the fucking academy.
Well, it worked for you. So that's, I mean,
well, they said, what I was told from the academy was a lot of them, like the state run schools, they get money based on the amount of kids that go there. Yeah. So they didn't want to lose funding. That's why they drag it out.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They would lose money that way too. So fucking schools. This is a scam anyway. School's a scam. All right, next voicemail.
Hey guys, greetings from Wisconsin and welcome back. Glad to see you're all back together. I was hoping to come on the couch someday with some beer and cheese, but you know, Odyssey put the brakes on that. I wanted to address Ian. He wasn't sure. He had made a comment. He wasn't sure when all the hate for a certain wine rack started. That would have been back for me anyway. You know, I drank the Kool-Aid and I was stationed at McClellan when they came to town. And Eglin too, down by Stroke.
Oh yeah.
But right around COVID time, he's going on a soapbox and just shitting on his audience. You know, he doesn't owe them explanations. Tons of best of. Even in Milwaukee here on the morning show, if they run best of, there's still like between bits or segments, there's still live people doing radio, news, sports, things like that. So it's pretty lazy work ethic. He's shit on advertisers. There's a million rabbit holes you could go to on Reddit about shitting on the advertisers, paying people in gift cards. And when after the DUI happened, I know a friend of the show, another show, a certain teacher that they had chastised him for the DUI, but then, you know, wished him well and hoped he got help, and he shit on her and dunked on her, which that was it. That's the last straw for a lot of people seeing all this crap. So I hope you guys take them down, and if there's any justice, his dick will be stretched over a fire hydrant.
No idea what he said at the end there, but that makes a lot of sense. He did shit on a lot of his advertisers, or what do they call them, advertisers, and the guy, like, and he said, what he mentioned, the soapbox thing, but where he was the COVID thing, where he would just, I don't owe you guys an explanation. I remember all that. I remember hearing people complain about that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that at all because I didn't pay attention to them because
I just remember people talking about it. I never listened to that show. And matter of fact, I remember my daughter going, "Why does that woman keep laughing?" Like my daughter was like so little, she figured it out, but it took other people long. I think Sacramento radio was so bad. I'm being truthful. Like this is really my thought. I think it was so bad that people just accepted the worst, maybe not the worst, but the better of the shit. It's like picking two turds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely
it was weird, and
two evils.
I don't know, Mikey. I know in Ohio it was different for you. You grew up in old radio wars and we just fucking fist fight and cut cords and go at it. I don't know if Sacramento just got adjusted to that, but I'm telling you that's a bad show. That show sucked from day one.
I will say this: my entire time, I've lived here for a very long time. There's never been a radio war. And in Cleveland, that was a thing, man. It was always fun. Yeah. It was always sort of a radio war going on. And I think right now the radio war that exists, and for anybody who is paying attention, is between us and all of the radio here in this market. That's what I think.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. And at this point, we're winning the battle. So
yeah. And Ian brought up something was it last episode that I wanted to address that popped in my head. He goes, when Weinrack got thinking he was doing something, he beat out Stern What he didn't, maybe he didn't call Stern. Let me just say, you wouldn't have beat Stern if Stern was live. It was fed hours later on the other side of the country. You would have never beat Stern. That's
not in his prime.
No way. And not in a live show. There's no.
He tried to say he was better than Howard Stern.
I think he beat him, but that made him somebody. Maybe I don't remember. I think it was Ian was saying that, and I started thinking about that. I go. You beat a recorded thing that was hours later.
Yeah. So, I mean, how difficult is it to beat voice tracks? Kind of,
Yeah, kind of.
But like you said, it's us against. Like, we're a podcast, and it's us against that market now. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if we won best radio show again just doing this fucking podcast.
Well, that'd be hilarious to me. Oh my god,
I would die. I'd fly out there just for the photo shoot.
I would submit if there's an awards thing that's going on. I'll submit us because we should win. No, and you know the not damn it's will be voting for us.
Best of sack. You know that.
All right, next one.
Never thought I'd live to see the day that the best show that 98 Rock ever had is back together in an uncensored podcast form, the way the good Lord intended it to be. Looking forward to episode 2 and everything else you guys have to offer us after that. Well, hope you're having a great day.
I appreciate that.
I mean, let's be honest.
Matt, I'm out.
This was kind of a long time coming. Like, it's been brought up how many times in the last 2 or 3 years? Like, it was just finally time that we got off our ass and fucking did it, because the conversations happened many times.
Yeah, it has. We've talked about it lots of times, and so many people have messaged us. And in all honesty, it was like this last month or so, there's just been a lot of feedback and a lot of you could just tell people really wanted it. And so, like we said before, it's because of the Dammits. That's why we're doing this. We're back because of them. And actually, this next message kind of validates that a little bit.
It's been a long time coming, but glad we're back. First 2 episodes were really good. I've already commented them on Spotify and Facebook for now. I'll add Instagram later. The main thing I just wanted to say is I'm very thankful that you guys are back. I've been going through a lot of hardship lately, and this weekly episode is like fucking really, really helping me out right now as my saving grace. So I'm very thankful for you guys to be back, because it gives me something to look forward to in a positive light, aside from the other things that I have going positive for me in my life. So thank you for helping me.
It feels good. It's nice.
I not that I don't appreciate that. I just wanted to tell dick jokes. That's way too much pressure.
I was like, I don't know about all that, but I'm glad you liked it.
I have through the years got messages like that. You don't never know what somebody's going through, and we all have went through a lot of things that maybe doesn't necessarily get on air, or it takes a while to get on air. We just kind of like deal with it. Life is kind of tough, so if we can ever just give you one laugh or one smile, that doesn't make you feel. That has to make you feel good. Like somebody just their day got a little bit better.
Yeah, it makes me feel really good. And it was something I loved about what we did. That we were out in the afternoons. People were getting off work, and they may just have the shittiest day, the shittiest job, the shittiest boss, and they would turn on our show, and we'd make them laugh their asses off with whatever it was creepy or crazy or whatever it might have been. And that
I miss creepy or crazy.
We should bring that back. That was such a good one. And plus, I really like that jingle. But like,
is it creepy? Is it crazy?
I just feel like making people smile I missed it. And so this is not only therapy or helping people, but it's also helping me too a little bit. All right, last one. And let me just preface it or start this one off with saying that, well, the person kind of says it at the beginning, but this is going to sort of bring some closure, I hope, maybe, to something we speculated on last week. So if you listened last week, you'll understand.
Hello, Not That Damn Show. Welcome back. I've asked Mikey to disguise my voice so that I won't be found out. I have a little inside information about a situation you guys brought up in your last episode. First of all, we all used to work together, so what I am about to tell you is 100% legit. I can confirm that the no-name general manager you mentioned and Mr. Rogers were in fact having an affair and may still be together. The general manager was forced to resign when a certain whistleblower sent pictures and screenshot texts to Odyssey Corporate about the secret relationship. So I just wanted to drop in and tell you guys that you were right. And this is also probably why she got divorced. Keep up the good work, and just know that everyone misses you guys. I hope you destroy that radio station.
So hold on.
Wow, that backs up everything.
So someone basically narked on their asses? I love it.
Yeah, that's what I.
How did they? So last week I said I got a message which I shared with you before we did the episode, and it named names, and it was very low. It was very descriptive, I guess I should say, right?
Yeah,
so it dropped names and locations. So I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I know part of this is true, but I don't know about this part. I don't know who said that. And I don't even want to know.
I do.
I mean, I kind of do.
I would love to know who this
How did
person
they get access to the screenshots?
Yeah, how did they know that?
That's why I want to know who this person is, because that's the question I have. How did you get access to the screenshots, and what are these pictures that you sent? Was it like, were you out there like private investigator fucking following them around taking pictures and shit? Like, I want to know.
Shit, I want to see her naked. Send me them.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, how did this guy, Mr. fucking Rogers,
I thought he was gay.
We all did. Like, honestly, I did too.
This son of a bitch fooled us. He was like, I thought, like, I'm pretty. Well, there's no way he's not.
He's a little gay,
dude's a little bit. There's no way. Like, I'd be surprised.
I just know that she's. I barely know what this guy looks like. All I can say is she is so out of his league, but he pulled that. So nice.
So
I don't think people understand just how hard this is to believe. I still am not sure. I still feel like this person might be lying because of how hard this is to believe.
I don't believe it. I believe it.
I believe it. I believe that they spent a lot of time together when that man first got hired, because they had a lot of plans and they had a lot of stuff that they need to figure out with the radio stations, and there probably was a lot of drinking going on, a lot of late night dinners, whatever the fuck. And one thing leads to another. And clearly she wasn't happy in her marriage if she did that. And he was basically single. I remember him saying that he wasn't sure if his girlfriend at the time was going to move out there with him. And so I could see how it happened, but I'm surprised, to be honest.
Do you realize what this brings up? The fact that we could be very rich, because this would prove, if what is there and documented through the corporate, because it can be subpoenaed, that there is evidence to prove that there was a relationship to the person that got rid of us because he didn't like us.
Yeah.
And allowed it. And that's why I think this particular person did not say goodbye or was friendly to us. The dick was in the ear.
You're probably right.
If this was real, that means that she would have been sleeping with her employee because she was the boss.
Exactly.
Well, how the fuck is he potentially there if this is true? And again, this is the second source that I've heard about this.
I have a little bit more to this. Somebody who's a voice guy that I've been working with for years. He lives in LA. He worked at the Odyssey cluster in LA. Now he was let go recently, but he asked me, he heard our little clip, the one where Lara was doing her resignation, then put it on social media, and he listened to it. He heard it. He was like, hey, I'm just curious, who are these two people you're talking about? And so I, just as through a DM, I told him who it was. And he was like, wow. He's like, corporate really loves that guy. And I was like, what the fuck? How? And he said, I don't know. He's like, corporate really likes him.
No, he's terrible.
So weird.
Yeah, he's not good. He's brought down the cluster's ratings in the entire city. No one ever heard of him before. I said this before, but I'll ask again. And maybe you got new news. No one I know ever knew him. And we know a lot of people in this radio, just terrestrial radio business. Nobody knows him.
Nope. It's weird. Yeah,
God, I just assumed he was sucking dick. I would just assumed he was sucking his dick to the top.
Well, it sounds like maybe he was, or just never mind.
Well, that's a good point too. Maybe he has been. Maybe maybe he's got something on somebody. Maybe he did hook up with somebody in corporate at some point. But I mean, what we know is that she was, at least according to this whistleblower, she was pushed out. She was forced out, and we know that. We know that she no longer works there, and we know now that she's corporate fucking life coach or whatever.
Which is because she makes such great life choices.
Well, I want them to hear me very clearly. If this can be proven, and I do have an attorney that is very close to me, and he will help this fucking team, we will prove it. If this is true, this is subpoenaed evidence.
I think we should look into it because fuck them. That's my opinion.
I'd love to make a lot of money and not work again.
That'd be amazing.
Anyway.
Well, that's voicemails. Wow. Make sure you guys leave us a message, 916-312-DAMN, and we will play your messages right here on Not That Damn Show. I got a couple more things. I'm going to do Damn Problem. You guys want to get into that? Let's do it.
I'm a little pissed, but okay.
I think we'll take it out on the Damn Problem.
I was going to say, maybe we should have done this before we pissed off Stroke. Now it's just going to be like, fuck your problem.
Well, we could just not do Damn Problem.
Got a problem? What the hell's your problem? Maybe we can help.
I felt I had a problem.
What's your damn problem?
I like this segment. This is another one of those segments that people voted on and wanted to bring back. So you asked for it, and it's back. And this one, actually, this very first one comes to us from a listener in our Instagram DMs. They were stoked for us to be doing this back and really stoked for us to be doing the podcast. Here's what they wrote. Hey, guys, love that you're back. I've been dying for you to bring back What's Your Damn Problem? Because, well, I got one. And this person says, am I ignoring boundaries or is my boyfriend just the worst? So it says, I am a 22-year-old female and my boyfriend is 23. We've been dating for almost 3 years. And honestly, I really see a future with him. But we keep running into the same problem with sex. Sex and attraction are super important to me, but with him, it's like he just doesn't care. When I ask, he says he finds me attractive, but it sure doesn't feel like it, is what she says. Our sex feels robotic, like it's scripted. We've had conversations about this before, and I've asked him to take more initiative, but every time he tries, it's like, she says, it's like this process. He has this long prep routine. I don't know what the fuck that means, but he takes a shower, he brushes his teeth and gets in his dad pajamas, all this shit. And by that time, by the time he gets into bed, any sort of sexual tension that was there or whatever is gone. And she says that we're both pretty kinky, at least they used to be in the beginning and they aren't anymore. He's really not interested in exploring that side of things anymore, which she doesn't really delve into because I'm curious what she meant by that. And here's where she says, and this just came in yesterday, by the real breaking point is what happened on Valentine's Day. She spent an hour shaving, getting all prepped up. I didn't write this, but this is what this lady is telling me, by the way. Shaving, getting all prepped up and doing all this self-care to set the mood for a special Valentine's Day sex. And he tells her he's too tired and goes to bed.
You sound gay.
Hold on. Does her pussy normally have a bunch of hair around it?
That's a good question. Maybe that's part of the problem.
There's a difference between maintaining and just straight up making it look presentable for special Valentine's sex.
Yeah, I mean, if all year long I'm dealing with a big old fucking bush, and then all of a sudden I can see your pussy lips. Terrible. It's like, what is that?
Look, I'm scared.
I'm not saying it's gonna fix things, but just go out of town, rent a room with a view, and fuck on the balcony.
That's pretty good. That works. So she said she's asking if she should be worried about what he's doing online to fill in the gaps when they're not having sex. Like, is it a porn thing? Maybe he's having an addiction to that stuff. We have no idea. There's no way we could answer that. But she's just says she's feeling kind of lost and she wants some advice. I think what you said, Ian, is a good idea.
Spice it up.
Tell him to stop washing off all the flavor. You don't need to overshower, dudes. I saw that online, but I agree with it wholeheartedly. Stop.
What the fuck did you just say?
I know what you mean, Lara. We like a little natural. Yeah.
People like the smell of an actual human being, not, I want to taste freaking Old Spice whenever we're kissing. I don't need all that.
It's so gross the way you said it. Washing off all the flavor.
That was weird.
I like what you said.
Don't wash the dick flavor off. Is that what you're saying?
I never said that. You added that.
I feel like that's what you hinted at.
I kind of agree with Mikey. That's what I heard.
Armpit. It could be anything. Just don't.
Oh yeah, because you lick armpits. I remember that.
Do you want a steak that's just raw with no seasoning? No, you want a little bit of flavor. You want the butter marinated onto it.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's not helping. That makes it worse.
No, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying. Stroking it
really seals in the flavor.
Lara was just saying, don't clean your junk too good. She likes the natural flavors.
A lot of ladies do. A lot of men do too. They don't want. Do you want your girlfriend to taste like lotion?
I know what you mean. I'm nasty. I like to when you have sex in the morning, and then it's like the next day, like if you don't shower, it's like baby powder on you. Well, I like to wear it all day just so I look at it. I'm like, yeah,
hold on, though.
I fucked last night.
Hold on though. Like, listen, like if
like dry baby powder.
Like if a girl works all day and
baby batter is what it is. Gross.
I like it on me. I like it. It makes me feel good. I have a great day when I go to work. I'm like, look,
boost up your confidence, man. I got laid.
Yeah.
I agree with the morning sex thing, but what Lara's saying, like, if my girl goes to work all day and then hits the gym afterwards, I'm not going down there when it's all sweaty and just like, no, please go shower.
That's lame. Now that's stupid.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, they went to the gym.
Yeah, but it's all sweaty and it's all sweaty down there. Whatever. Like I'd like a freshly clean pussy. I'm sorry.
I hate to admit this, but I agree with Ian right now. Larry, you're disgusting.
Look, if my husband gets back from working on the car and we're going to do something, you know what he always says? I'm going to go take a shower first. And I say, please, can you not do that?
Oh, no.
It.
That's nasty. That's slime ball juice underneath it. You're underneath your sack. No, I got to wash that off.
We can get all stinky and sweaty when we're fucking, but don't come into the game all stinky and sweaty.
I don't like he'll walk into the room. He uses so much soap. I taste Old Spice when he walks into the room.
Oh my God.
Well, you could tell him to use less Old Spice.
Seriously.
Maybe just rinse the grossness off a little bit.
The funk.
I like
he
that.
likes clean
Everyone likes that.
No one likes the funk.
Not everybody likes the funk.
No, I'm sorry. Like no,
well, sounds like the email writer does.
Well, there's a different. Wait, hang on, because if we're just gonna fuck, then whatever. Like if it's a spur of the moment thing. But if I'm legit, like if I'm gonna go visit my best friend between her legs,
eating pussy.
I was trying to be cute, but I would like it preferably to be clean and washed.
I'm not saying 4 days and no shower. I'm saying like okay, they showered that morning and then they went to the gym. Ooh. That's like
that's all stinky and sweaty down there.
Dude.
Nasty.
That's not dirty.
No.
Like for a minute there, Stroke was on your side, but I think we're all.
Oh my God.
That's back to the reality here.
Yeah,
welcome back.
Now I don't mind like going down there and eating it, but I'm like, suck it off my tongue. Now that's hot. I will fucking nut.
This came from the guy who's okay. You use chicken wings.
Valid. She's not wrong. I forgot about that.
She got you on that one.
She did. The chicken wings.
But when the chicken wing story happened, I bet the pussy was freshly showered.
Yeah, it was. And I submitted that story. I submitted that story to HBO because they're looking for that's Florida, man. I submitted that story. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll pick me. I submitted 3 stories.
I hope they pick you too, man. There is no other Florida man more Florida man than this Florida man right
Yeah,
I would also like to point out
on there, though.
We have not helped this person at all.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I don't even know what they want. They want us. Look, here's the thing. Do what Ian said. Go take a trip. And then if you guys don't have sex on the balcony, break up. It's 3 years.
Yeah, because
you're like I'm not 22. You'll fuck more people anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not saying sex is the most important thing, but it's definitely it helps. If he's not making you feel attractive, then what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Buy some sexy lingerie or something. I don't know.
There you go. Throw on a porn. Whatever.
Watch it together. If he's addicted to it, watch it with him. I'm not saying every time.
You can't force someone to do that though if they don't want to.
Can't force someone to watch porn.
Yeah, of course not.
Just turn on.
You can ask.
That's it. Just turn on.
That's true. You can.
I like when they become bad actresses. Is like, hey, can I? I'm like, yeah, play like that. Like, hello. That turns me on.
My favorite is when they talk the way no one on planet Earth talks. Like there's it's like the stepbrother and sister is like, hey, cut it out, sis. Like nobody calls anyone. I've never called my sister sis in my fucking life, and I'm 34.
They have
not
to
once.
The fact that it's brother sister porn, which is
exactly
so weird.
Don't tell your dad.
Step. Let's call it step. Let's change it up. It's step.
Thank you.
Yeah. Or your dad's going to be home soon. Don't tell him. Like, get the fuck out. We get it. We understood the relationship because it was in the title of the video.
I know. I wish I had a hot stepsister.
Oh, your parents are home. Let's go hide behind this napkin.
Or, oh no, I got trapped in the dryer.
Yeah,
it is. There's right there. I have seen some where it's like the mom is cooking in the kitchen, but the two are just kind of fucking at the kitchen table, and the mom doesn't know. Get out of here! What are you hiding behind?
These are the most stupidest people on planet Earth.
Seriously.
Oh,
right,
man.
I got one more problem. One more damn problem. All right, so this one.
We're coming up on 2 hours.
Yeah, let's just wrap this up here. So my roommate decided to adopt a giant ass dog without even asking me. She claimed it was a foster situation, but surprise, it turned not temporary. The dog is now a permanent resident in our apartment. And here's the thing, the dog isn't trained. It has destroyed several pieces of my furniture and barks constantly when we're not at home. And I'm not talking about a cute yappy dog bark. There's no such thing as that, by the way. This is a full-blown 70-pound dog that's barking like an alarm. She says our lease specifically says no pets over 20 pounds. This dog is 70, maybe 70 pounds, maybe a little bit more, but basically a small horse. Says I'm stuck. I feel bad for the dog. It's not his fault, but he can't stay. Meanwhile, my roommate is being a total pain about it. I could talk to our landlord, but if I do, there's a good chance we'll both get kicked out. What do I do? Help me out, guys.
I would say go to the landlord as a friend and be like, listen, please don't kick us out. I need you to help, because you're on their side. You're on the landlord's side on this one. Just be like, hey, can you please tell her the dog can't stay? And if you have a cool landlord, they might just go along with it and be like, yeah, I'll say something. They might not kick you out. She is violating the rules. If it's on the lease, it's on the lease. There's not a fucking thing you can do.
Yeah, that's true. That's really it. That's really the best advice that you can give is just go. You have to go to the landlord. Because if you get evicted, you're not going to have that on your record. If they just come and they find out and they evict you guys, it's going to be better if you approach the situation and have them deal with it.
Yep. I mean, if you've already tried to talk to the roommate about it and they're being a pain in the ass, go above their head.
There was this one time, and I know that. Do you guys remember that time Stroke had told that one lady that I think it was a lady that she stunk, and she ended up like quitting and never coming back.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
When this was years before I worked with you guys, there was an intern who smelled really, really bad. And I had to tell Peterman, Jim Fox, I had to tell him that, dude, I can't have this intern in here anymore because he smells so bad. And I was like, I don't care. He's good at what he does, but if he stinks, I can't have him in my studio. And he's like, he'll handle it. So that's when you let the boss handle that type of situation. He went over and he told him, said, hey, dude, you need to hit the deodorant a little harder. And that made the intern
showers.
Well, no, the intern quit. Never came back after that too, but at least he tried and it was better him than me.
I don't understand why people get so butthurt about that. If you stink, you stink. I mean, bodies function differently for each individual person. So, I mean, sometimes it's not even, your fault. It's just some people just have that. So, yeah, like you said, hit the deodorant.
Have you guys seen that commercial with Lumi or something where you can wipe it on? It's like a woman on there. She's like, you can wipe it on your private part. So she wipes it on her puss and then she wipes it on her armpits. Have you seen this?
No.
It's deodorant for your whole body. And I'm like, oh, so it's like me wiping my balls and then putting on my armpits. The same stick.
Why is the word puss coming out of his mouth so fucking hilarious?
That's a good question.
It's called Lumi. You just rub your rub your puss with it. Your armpits.
Fucking stop.
I heard it the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, just call the landlord.
Yeah, call the landlord. I think that's a good way to wrap this show up. Call the landlord and Stroke saying puss. Like it's
yes, that's a perfect stopping point for me. I'm done.
Don't forget, guys, vote on who had the worst week. We all know that it was probably me, but you can still vote anyway on Spotify and YouTube. What?
I'm still torn, honestly. I really don't know if it was you or Lara.
Well,
I really don't.
It was one of us. It definitely wasn't you. That's
no, it wasn't. Also, if you're going to leave us a 5-star review or a comment, leave us a 5-star review. It helps us a lot.
Absolutely, it does. Make sure you leave ratings, comments, all the stuff. Follow, subscribe, like, do all the things. Share the show with somebody who doesn't know about the show, and join us on our social media. All the links that you need will be in the description.
Right on.
Right on, guys. Stay safe, stay weird. I did this last week, so I'll just do mine, and you guys can each do one. Lara, last week, by the way, you told like a ridiculous joke, and it felt awkward.
I'm sorry.
So feel free to do it again if you want to, but I'm just letting you know. Stay safe, stay weird, and remember, question everything. Ian?
And don't wash off the flavor.
Ew. All right.
God. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Stroke. Is Stroke frozen?
Yeah, I think you're right.
What does he say? He says, "Don't stroke it. Don't." What does he say?
Don't beat it. Don't whack it. Just stroke it.
See you guys next week.
Hey, this was really fun. We hope you liked it too.
You know, we've had a lot of laughs tonight.
Seems like we've just begun when suddenly we're through.
But I'll tell you what's not funny.
Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye.
Killing strippers.
'Cause now it's time to go.
Strippers are people too. Naked people who may be willing to pleasure you for a price you negotiate later behind the curtain at a VIP room.
We'll see you very soon, I know.
Besides, there's no need to kill them.
Very soon, I know.
Because most of them are already dead inside.
Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye, good friends, goodbye.